quite sure what those are. We can get into that later. And then the judge says, well, okay, but at least detail the steps you've taken to this point to locate the man and to facilitate or expedite, or whatever word you want to say, his return, which has been demanded by the Supreme Court decision. So there's a difference between taking the actions, at least detailing the step you will take. And they wouldn't do the latter. And the fact that they refuse to do the latter raises some serious questions about both compliance with judicial decrees and whether they ever will, in fact, bring this man back, which, frankly, I think is very much up in the air at this point.
It definitely seems like they're laying the groundwork to make a real stand here, which is just, it's just mind-boggling. And yes, you're right. This is another thing that the judge really drilled down on. She said, I had a valid order to you guys to start figuring out how to get this guy back days ago. Like the Supreme Court eventually stayed that order, but it was in effect for days. You had days during which you were supposed to be doing that. Can you name a single step that you guys took, you being the administration, during that period in order to at least get the ball rolling on this stuff? And they just utterly stonewalled her on every single question.
One exchange that Kyle Cheney, good bud of mine at Politico, who's been on top of this more than any reporter, one exchange he highlights is the judge says, all right, give me an update on Abrego Garcia's current physical location and custodial status. Government lawyer says, we're still internally reviewing the Supreme Court's decision and vetting what we can say to the court. Judge says, what do you mean? It's just a direct question. What is his status? And, they went back and forth. They did this, and the judge obviously grew frustrated. The government lawyers basically are of the place where they're saying we can't share information yet because we believe that this is of such national security implications and considerations that it falls outside the purview of the court. And they're hanging it all on one line in the Supreme Court decision that says, foreign affairs are the purview of the executive and so on and so forth. I will say the judge has given them more time. Judge has said, okay, I want daily updates. The government has asked until Tuesday, which is 4 days from now, to get them some sort of information. And even then they said they might have to evoke state secrets. So we're at a real moment here where it's hard to see how this resolves, frankly.
Yeah. And for what it's worth, the judge basically denied the government the opportunity to push till Tuesday. She said she wants daily updates on all this stuff. But what seems significant about the Tuesday deadline in particular is that the government was trying to push the date of next check-in past Monday when President Bukele is coming to the White House to meet with Donald Trump, to meet with President Trump, right? And that's the truly insane part of all this. Like we're talking about how there are these national security implications that are coming into play here. And that is, I guess, in some strict technical sense true because, it involves multi-nation diplomacy at this point. But this is the thing here is the way that the lawlessness follows on the lawlessness, right? Because this is a situation that Donald Trump has deliberately set up, right? Where he's treating El Salvador and Bukele in particular as sort of his client jailers for these people that he has held. Obviously, everybody knows.
You said
dispute that. Sorry?
You said a key word there, which is client. We're paying.
There's not a single person on earth who would dispute that Bukele would hand this guy back if Donald Trump.
My point is that we are paying for the incarceration of this man, which makes this a contract, which is functionally different than national security, right? Like we are actually entering into contract for the incarceration of this man, which means that we, I think legally and technically surely, do have or the right to have a status update on this person. So the idea that they wouldn't know where he is or don't have any responsibility over it seems totally false to me. And then you mentioned the other thing, which is that Bukele's coming on Monday. If they really wanted this to happen, if they knew where this man was, and I don't know if they know where this man is, that could be something we need to consider. Maybe they've lost him. Think about that. But if they wanted him back, they would get him on the plane. And they bring him back. But they don't want him back.
Well, and that's the point. Like just to drill down, there's a reason why the seeming ridiculous legalese of facilitate versus effectuate matters here. Because facilitate, essentially, what they're saying is, a court can't actually command the Trump White House to go out and make another country implement some policy. You couldn't put in a court order to say the government's going to make China drop all its tariffs on the U.S. to take an extreme example. But because of the specifics of this situation, everybody knows that Bukele would give this guy back if asked. The weird thing is that what the court is now ordering the Trump administration to do is to strain every nerve to get him back. But Bukele knows that Trump doesn't want him back, and so that's why he has been out there publicly mocking this judge. Bukele has publicly mocking this judge's orders, as they've actively been going into effect with, by the way, various Constellation people in the MAGA movement publicly telling Bukele, don't listen to the judge, defy the order because Trump has been commanded to try, but he doesn't want. So where does that leave you? I mean, is Trump gonna get up on Monday and say, hey, this judge says we really want this guy back, give him back, and Bukele's gonna say, what's actually gonna happen? Nobody knows.
And to what end?
It's a crisis.
But to what end, right? It's like, I think we all sort of predicted that they would at some point defy a court order. But what is on this one? Why this one, right? Like, is it so important to them that they have the right to deport anyone in the middle of the night and say, well, they're overseas, it's a matter of national security, we can't do anything about it? Is that the one where they're going to, show defiance? I guess once you show defiance, you can show defiance on all of them. And the other thing that I would say is, it's interesting that they did this right after the Supreme Court. I think there's going to be a lot of stuff in front of the Supreme Court. Obviously, there's already a lot of stuff in front of the Supreme Court. In a normal world, if you were a justice on the Supreme Court and you see the president defying your order, you get pissed, and that might factor into the considerations that you make when you issue future opinions. I have no faith that Clarence Thomas is going to change his colors over this stuff, but I do think there's some politics that needs to be considered here about how they're handling this. Maybe they don't give a fuck. Honestly, they probably don't. But I think some people in the administration or in the Justice Department are wondering: is it worth burning our capital with the court on this?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of a couple things. Because one, in general, this fight over the Alien Enemies Act and the deportees to the El Salvador prison, all that stuff, that was, in general, a fight the administration really wanted to have. That I think they saw that as very fertile ground for fighting the court. The problem is that they rolled it out so kind of ham-fistedly and swept up people who shouldn't have been swept up in it and all of this stuff.
I mean, they had to acknowledge in court that they mistakenly sent this guy. I mean, it's so
and
stupid.
Then fired the lawyer who made those admissions in court. I mean, like it's very clear that they're like this was their plan going in, but they don't just have a plan. They also have, this complete unwillingness to pull back on anything, this complete unwillingness to, admit guilt or retreat or become. As soon as you start doing that on one thing, the whole kind of like the momentum of the Trump assault on the courts and the rule of law and all of this stuff becomes blunted a little bit because you've drawn blood. The law has drawn blood against the administration. So you can make the argument that it is as though, even though this guy is certainly not the most advantageous fight for the administration to be having, obviously on the merits, since he's innocent and a judge ordered that he couldn't be deported to El Salvador, they're stuck having to provoke the crisis based on this insanely tenuous ground just because of their own kind of blunders in getting here. But that doesn't mean they're not serious about fighting on this ground.
No,
as
they're
we saw
very
today.
serious.
It's really
serious.
worrisome.
It's very serious. It's extremely worrisome. It's a nightmare scenario for a lot of people out there. Certainly the lawyers who've been warning that there will be a defiance of the court. It looks like we have it. We'll keep tabs of it. Scary stuff. Andrew, thanks for breaking this down with us. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe to the feed. Really appreciate it. We'll talk to you later.
Hey, YouTube fam, if you want to support The Bulwark, the best way to do it is by becoming a YouTube Bulwark Plus member. The Bulwark is truly independent. We have no corporate overlords. We're not settling any dumb lawsuits with Trump. By joining, you help support our work, and you can get a bunch of perks right here on this platform. Ad-free content, bonus videos, live streams, and some emojis of me, which I guess some people want. So come join, come hang out, become a Bulwark YouTube Plus member, and I'll be seeing you in the comments. So behave.
Order filled.
Hello, everybody. David Schuster here. House Republican Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia is now facing public accusations of insider trading. The headlines include Marjorie Taylor Greene's suspicious stock trade soared 29% despite tariffs, and Rep. Marjorie Taylor Greene's 17 stock buys in the market crash turned to profits after Trump's tariff pause. More on Greene's trading activity in a moment. First, perhaps related to the controversy, Greene was especially prickly on this day while chairing a congressional hearing.
The American people.
The gentlelady's time has expired. Miss Stansberry, the gentlelady's time has expired. No, you're lying to the American people.
Earlier, from her usual seat, Greene melted down and interrupted Democrat Robert Garcia while he was criticizing Robert Kennedy Jr.
He caused a measles outbreak in another country that caused the death. Absolutely.
No, he did not.
He absolutely did.
That's a lie. RFK did not cause a measles outbreak.
Ms. Green,
you sound ignorant.
You are an
That's
anti-vax.
ignorant, and that's a lie. No, I'm for choice. I'm for parents.
Order filled.
It's not unusual for Marjorie Taylor Greene to be obnoxious, but her especially short fuse now comes amidst growing pressure on her to explain mysterious stock trades that seem perfectly timed with the Trump administration's tariffs and then U-turn.
Given what the government's been doing and this administration's been doing, it would not shock me, and I hate to speculate, if we were to find out that a whole bunch of people who work in Washington as our elected leaders, one way or the other, ultimately sold stocks last week, or potentially worse than that, shorted the market.
Specifically related to Greene, the analyst Unusual Whales wrote on social media, "This is unusual." Yesterday, politician Marjorie Taylor Greene said that people panicking over tariffs are losers and failures. Today, she disclosed over a dozen stock purchases, purchasing hundreds of thousands of numerous stocks she bought when the market was deeply red. Unusual. According to a public disclosure report, as International Business Times noted, Greene invested in 17 U.S. stocks between the 3rd and 4th of April when the stock market nosedived on Trump's tariff play. From tech, semiconductor logistics, and home furnishings to apparel, banking, construction, and utilities, Greene invested mostly between $1,000 and $15,000 in stocks belonging to these industries when they declined significantly on fears of recession and an escalating global trade war. All of the stocks Greene purchased at the peak of the market crash rebounded yesterday, with some gaining as much as 24% in a single trading session, implying significant profits in a short span. Greene's total wealth is estimated at around $22 million, and while she has a lot of investments in the markets, she does not have a record of consistently picking stock winners. As Finbold reports, after stock pick history, Marjorie Taylor Greene is not the youngest member of Congress to thrive in a challenging market, and she appears to be one of the few investors to have recorded significant gains in recent weeks. Did Marjorie Taylor Greene get tipped off by the Trump White House about the tariff plan and then later about the Trump U-turn? Here's Democrat Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
I've heard murmurings on the floor that there may have been people that knew that this was coming, and I'm very interested in seeing some of the stock disclosures that come out when those reports are due, and I'm very interested in what members of Congress have been buying and trading stocks in the last 24 hours prior to this tariff announcement.
AOC is also raising questions about President Trump. A few hours before President Trump announced he was backtracking on most tariffs, causing stocks to skyrocket the rest of the trading session, Trump wrote on social media, "This is a great time to buy." Trump insiders who followed Trump's advice then made a huge profit.
I don't think that it was a coincidence. I don't think that Trump just coincidentally said buy stocks and then shortly later made an announcement that dramatically inflated and dramatically raised a lot of these asset prices.
On CNN, Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders said the entire sequence of events involving Trump, his staff, and supporting lawmakers in Congress looks horrific.
I know for a fact. But would I be surprised if there were people who hours before knew exactly what Trump was going to do in rescinding his tariff proposals, understanding that the stock market would soar and you make huge amounts of money. Would I be shocked if we learned about that in the days to come? No, I would not.
Does that announcement that he gave cover to anybody who did buy stocks?
Well, what it does do, look, if you know 2 hours earlier that the stock market's going to go, what are you going to do? You're going to buy a hell of a lot of stock. You can invest in the stock market.
For his part, at the White House, Donald Trump laughed and bragged about his billionaire friends who made a market killing in the trading session as soon as Trump eased the tariffs.
Charles Schwab. It's not just a company, it's actually an individual. And he made $2.5 billion today, and he made $900 million. He's in financial.
One of the biggest critics of the Trump administration is former House member and current U.S. Senator Adam Schiff. He is now demanding, urgently, an insider trading investigation.
In any administration this corrupt, it is more than necessary to ask, were people personally profiting from insider information while people's savings, their retirement accounts, were being torched? So we're writing to the White House to demand answers. Now, I am fully cognizant of the fact that the White House is probably the last place to be forthcoming about this or any other corruption in the administration. We in Congress need to do more than demand answers. We need to do the oversight necessary to get those answers. To date, Republicans have not been willing to do this, not when it comes to insider trading, potentiality, not when it comes to anything.
And one of those Republicans in Congress who has blocked Democratic efforts is Marjorie Taylor Greene. But now, given her success in profiting from the Trump tariffs and then profiting from the Trump U-turn, there are growing calls for any investigation to include Greene. As it stands, she is already one of the most despised lawmakers in both parties. Now, her Democratic and Republican critics are claiming that Greene is also sleazy and corrupt. By the way, Trump White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt is getting fact-checked by Fox News over Leavitt's claims that Trump's tariff moves are part of a masterful strategy and that the media is ignorant and naive.
Many of you in the media clearly missed the art of the deal. You clearly failed to see what President Trump is doing here.
But what Trump is doing, according to Fox News, is backing down and folding. Here's Fox Business correspondent Charles Gasparino.
I want to tell you right now that Donald Trump outsmarted the world. Trust me, I'm an American. I support my president. But that's not really what happened here, from what I understand. What happened in the bond market overnight, the spike in yields on the 30-year and the 10-year bond, which showed that people were dumping our bonds. And who are those people dumping our bonds? Japan, the biggest holder of bonds, was selling bonds. That's what I'm getting from some very big money managers. China, maybe to some extent, but it was largely Japan and others. If you have a mass sale of bonds, that means people are losing confidence in the U.S. economy, on the ability to do deals with us. And from what I understand, this is what forced the hand of this 90-day
order rejected.
Check out that video at the link below. It generated a lot of comments on YouTube. One of the most popular is from Mary Bird, who wrote, "No one believes Caroline anymore. Why does anyone ever show up for press conferences? She's just spewing bull." I hear you. I look forward to reading your comments about Marjorie Taylor Greene feeling the heat as insider trading accusations against her pile up. I'm David Schuster. Thanks for joining us.
Order filled.
About 30 XFAs that I blew. All I had to do was find some consistency with sizing down. Way to go, Ryan. Congratulations. Bobby's World TV. Locked myself up, boys. Market's quiet. All right, not sure if up or down, but don't like the market? Don't trade it. Hydro trades. Calling it a week. Began with down 3,800 on Tuesday. Made it all back, ending up 1,000, a little over 1,000 here on the week. Stressful way to make $1,000. Yes.
Order filled.
But that's what jab is all about. Never saying surrender. GG. I just locked myself out.
Order filled.
I'm up 500.
Order filled.
A new one. Was feeling myself. I was feeling myself on revenge. I had to say that a little quicker. Trying to pass ASAP since I blew 3 yesterday. Thank you.
Order filled.
Way to go, GG. My Life Chris just got out of a long on MNQ, entered the 665-ish, out at 783. That's one hell of a trade, my goodness. Up 220, putting me up 131 on the day. Way to go, My Life Chris. Micro Machine passed 150K, set up an XFA, banked $200, all in the same day. Oh my goodness, the humanity. Way to go, Micro Machine. And JL Biz, 1,500 on my first day back on the combine. It's one hell of a day coming back in the first day. Kind of stoked. I think that's what he meant. Not stocked. But anyway, there you have it. There's jab for Friday. And I'm going to pass this back to Dolby time. Back to you, Dolby.
Eddie, thank you so much. We're going to get started in just a moment. We're going to start on the 6th. So that will be 36. You have a little clock at the bottom right of your trading platform. So no matter where you are, you will know you're waiting for 36. 30 seconds from now, we'll be entering into 2 contracts in the Nasdaq. It is quite volatile right now. It's a pretty thin dome here. Manny, how's your first experience? It was a brief first period. Do you feel like you've learned anything thus far in the reversal challenge?
The reversal button can be useful if you actually enter into the
And
wrong trade.
get into a trade right now. I'm long as well. Everybody should be back in the market again.
Is everybody long?
I think
short.
so. I'm long.
I'm short as well.
I'm short.
But you guys, maybe I should be short then.
Short's probably a good idea, Dobie. Switch.
Probably is a good idea. You should probably
switch it.
go long. Switch. I don't know. Ooh, maybe not.
Add more. What time do we add for?
Oh, we should talk about it. Talk about it as a team. I think maybe at like
45 and then
45.
55.
Yeah, I was thinking like 45.
All right. Full port Fridays.
Full
This
port
is looking
Fridays.
heavy. This is looking heavy. I think maybe we could sell off back down to the 740s.
Jerome.
Let's tank it.
Jerome.
Hey, Dolby,
kind of.
740s.
What up?
While we're playing here, what's the record for most made positive in reversal challenge, and who did it?
Tony S. It was about 26,000.
26,000 on the reversal challenge.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. We also had an incredible market for it too. Incredible good market. I think Jerome
Well, we
was
got,
actually
don't forget,
very
we got
close.
MOC coming up here pretty soon. And I think our good friend Coach Hoop said we got to watch for this one. We'll see what happens.
Tank it.
Or no, that was Jerome. Jerome, you said that, didn't you?
What did I say? Sorry.
About MOC today?
Yeah, I mentioned that. Correct. That should be
Jerome did
historic.
almost have the record, though. That is the truth. He did almost have it. It slipped through his fingers, though. Also, it would have been with an asterisk because he did get technically disqualified.
Rejected
Yeah.
those 80s.
I didn't want to take the record because I felt a bit guilty. But
You felt guilty.
All right, now it's looking really bullish.
Yep.
Looking really bullish.
It's looking like everything all at once. Everything all at once. That's what it looks like.
I'm gonna summon the chat. So we're not gonna do the Jerome chat, but we're gonna do the Eromesh chat. If chat is ready, we can try a pump with this chant. I know chat
short?
has superpowers.
Are you short, Jerome?
No, I'm
You're
long,
long?
but
I'm
putting the
long.
J at the end is pumping the market.
Emirage?
Let's say.
Yeah, that's the reversal
Yeah.
for Jerome. Big fan.
Everyone's long.
That's Emirage. Okay.
Everyone's long. Let's
If
dump
you guys
it.
tap Emirage, the market is pumping. That's what this.
Come on. Let's dump it. Now that everyone's long.
Those Goldman interns messing up our game here. In 6 minutes, we'll be trading 4 contracts.
In 6 minutes.
I'm short, Jerome. I don't care. I'm long, brother.
Hate him if you dare, chat. You remember he put up, I think, almost $22,000 last time. That was pretty impressive.
24.3.
Oh,
I
you
gotta
were so
go for the
close,
win.
Jerome.
I have to. You guys are all long. I have to short.
You go, Amanda.
Come on. See, chat, it's working. You're pumping the market. And now Dolby is gonna say bullshit.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
I need to keep adding. I need a DCA.
Dolby's
into
running
this.
south, and Amanda's running north. Go, Amanda.
Mandy? You mean Mandy, Eddie?
Mandy, yeah.
Yeah, I do get that often.
Order filled.
But it is actually, in fact, Mandy on my birth certificate and driver's license.
Okay.
So I'm used to it.
I apologize.
Is Mandy and Amanda, are those
No
two like
worries.
changed, like interchangeable sometimes?
Interchangeable, yeah.
Oh,
for
okay. I didn't
sure.
know that. Like Katie's and Kate's.
Yeah, exactly.
Jessica's and
Like
Jess's.
Dolby and Dolby Steam.
Yep, exactly.
Dakota word.
Have you met Amanda yet, Mandy? Because we do have an Amanda who actually does trade
I
and is a
haven't.
mountain biker.
Okay,
Oh,
she'd
there
like
you go.
Utah then.
I think she's from Arizona, I believe. Maybe chat can remind me
It's a
where
great
Amanda's
place
from.
to
I believe
mountain
it's
bike.
Arizona. Yeah, she's a
You know, the
competitive
flash
mountain
of my
biker.
Christmas tree.
You know, I love watching those mountain bikes where they've got the GoPro on their
It's New
chest,
Mexico.
and you just see the track or whatever you want to call it through the woods and so forth. That is so fun to watch. I don't think I'd ever be able to do it on the bike though. I'd crash and burn. I'd
Very scary.
explode. Yeah, I'd explode.
Tim corrected me.
Can I
Amanda
reverse
is
to
from
short?
New Mexico. Yeah, you can reverse as much as you want.
Trail.
I was looking for a target at the 844 to reverse, but I wasn't quite giving it to me. So I'm just worried we're going to rotate back down, but that might have been a bad decision.
I feel stuck in the middle a little bit.
Every time I hear that phrase, I think of Quentin Tarantino.
Which one?
And then I'm
blowing
looking
up over
for
here.
this.
Well, we are adding soon, by the way. 2.5 minutes. We're going to 4 contracts. This is when things start to get very spicy.
Mendy is doing very
Thank you,
well.
Troops. Explaining that.
Great job.
Yeah, Mendy tends to trade fairly well on Top Step TV. Maybe that should be your thing, Mandy. Is just do all your trades on Top
My
Step TV.
first two were bad, and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't think they're gonna ask me back. But you know, that's the life of a trader. We will lose. You have to lose at some point, right? You can't have perfect days. So
You cannot.
but yeah, last ones have been pretty good.
Yeah, last couple have been very impressive.
I have no idea which way this market's going to go.
Neither do I know. This is
No idea.
very
I think
tough.
it's trying to decide.
We'll have 4 contracts on for MOC. Go ahead, Mandy.
So in about a minute and a half, I feel like the volatility can pick up a little bit at the 45, but yeah, I'm gonna see what happens. That might
Do
make
you
my
normally
decision.
trade this far into a trading session?
I cut not often. I usually like my 9, so that'd be 10
1 minute.
central time frame. I feel like volatility kind of slows down a little bit at that time, and I feel like things follow technical analysis pretty good. You know, kind of depending on how much things are moving at around 1, and if my work and mom schedule allows, sometimes I'll take a look at the market. But I feel like I have seen and have spent plenty of time in the power hour.
Order
See
filled.
how things move. But once we hit, you know, 50, like a MOC, it's all hands off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, MOC is gonna be wild. 20 seconds. We're gonna go up to 4 contracts.
All right. Let's go. Keep going.
I think I want it to go higher. I want a better short average.
Jerome's in chat. He wants it to rally, so he's putting in Jerome backwards 3 times.
4 contracts across the board, everybody.
Emorgia.
Jerome, stop using your superpowers to try to cheat.
He did it again. Is it working?
Chat
It's
only
working.
likes it the downside. They don't want to
No one
pump
else-
it. They're not typing.
No one else has the cheat code that you have, Jerome, so you
Yeah,
can't
you
be
gotta
using
love
it all the
Jerome.
time. We should be in 4 contracts. 4 contracts. MOC in 5 minutes,
Sorry.
which will add some much needed volatility to this market here.
Everybody's short.
Order
in the chat.
filled.
That's why they don't want to chant Emorish.
Who's playing at home here? Let's get some numbers here. If you're playing at home on your practice account, let's see what you're doing versus our 4 all-stars here and their score.
When do we add? Can we just keep adding?
You just should have been. You should be at 4 right now, Dakota.
I'm at 4.
All right. Well, you can't add any more yet. We'll go to 8.
Wait.
at
Somebody's
50.
out. Dakota, you're out already.
I reversed
Am I?
long.
Oh yeah,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
done.
you are out, Dakota.
I'm
You're
done.
toast.
Oh no.
All right.
Sorry,
Well, I'm still
buddy.
gonna trade then. I'm still gonna trade. I'm out. Minus.
Yeah.
That went fast.
I
These
reversed
markets are
add?
tough.
long.
Order filled.
Buy-in. Reset it.
Okay. Rate reverse.
I can't reset
Now
it.
I'm going short again.
You just. Oh my goodness, Mandy. Could you calm down over there?
Yeah, I know. Sorry. Sniping. That's me. I liked it. They came up with a salty sniper. I think I will take that. I like that.
That's
nickname.
you. You are the salty sniper.
All right, switching to my.
Yeah,
live
I'll take
account.
it. Somebody came up with that in the chat earlier today, and I thought that was so fun.
That's sweet. Did you ever
Dakota is
consider?
gonna be like, I'm long 15 on my live account.
Yeah, I know.
Just screw the heck with
Dakota's
this.
fed up with this shit. He
We're
wants
going
to
live
start trading real
accounts.
money.
Live accounts here.
It's just- no risk, no Rari.
Charles
Andy, would
Hamilton, you will get that email after the close.
Would you ever consider getting a salty sniper?
Order
tattoo,
filled.
Andy?
Now you're pushing it.
Actually, that could be really good. So I'm a dental hygienist,
Johnny.
and I was actually my husband had to get a crown the other day, and we're big BYU fans over here, and I really tried to convince him to put like the BYUY on his crown, and so I think that's the only place I would ever do a tattoo would be like on a dental crown, have like a custom made one. I think
Ooh,
that
that'd
would
be
be so cool. I almost was tempted, like if I ever need a crown, if I would put a BYUY, but maybe I need to do something with sniping, That would be cool.
That would be very cool.
An ode to trading.
All right, I'm long
All right,
15.
question. Lucky Cat, when is MOC? And 2
Order
minutes.
filled.
I knew it.
And you're live, right, Dakota?
I'll tell you after.
But I just flipped your screen.
We are
it's
adding at
practice.
50, correct? Adding 4 at 50 or not?
Well, we're gonna have MOC right at 50s. Maybe do
Order
52.
filled.
We'll add. We'll go to 8 at like
Okay.
55.
There you go, Mandy.
We'll go to 8 at 55.
Order
Okay,
filled.
but- okay, so we don't do 15 if we are still like.
No, I don't think we
yeah.
can. The markets are too volatile. No one's gonna make it.
Order filled.
Still bold, told me.
Got about a minute here, MOC.
Squeeze these.
I'm gonna be
shorts.
out soon anyway.
Just sell this
Yeah,
thing
if
into
you-
oblivion.
If you have a wiki
Just sell
flush,
it.
I'm out.
Sell it into oblivion. The only time I'll bet against America is in a practice account. Ken Lark, Dakota has hit the $4,500 loss limit. So that is why his P&L is not up. He may or may not be on a side quest right now, trying to chop up the Nasdaq. We will see.
Well, you can't beat him. You change the game.
Going long again.
Okay.
All right, 26 seconds.
Are you
Trying to
actually
lock
trading
in
4
some profit.
contracts? Can we get a Mandy's
Yeah.
screen up? Is she actually trading 4 contracts, or is she just trading a 1 lot very well? I feel like you're cheating. Don't know
Oh
what's going
no,
on
4
over there.
contracts.
Okay, 4. 10 seconds MOC.
2 billion buy side.
Order
100
filled.
billion buy side.
Get out of here, Jerome.
You make it fun of me,
MOC.
Jerome.
Oh,
Here we go. Buy side S&P 1,809,000,000. Buy side S&P. I'm sorry, Nasdaq 499 million. Buy side
Order
Dow
filled.
415 million. Buy side Mag 7 355 million. One more time here. S&P 1,757,000,000. Buy side Nasdaq 482 million. It is moving. Back to you guys and girl
Okay.
and Mandy, who's kicking everybody's
Okay.
butt.
I'm
Currently
reversing.
is trading very well. Mandy, do you have a YouTube? Would you ever consider being a YouTube star in addition to a full-time mother and part-time dental hygienist?
I'm sure maybe one of these days, if I keep staying on fire here on Top Step, maybe I'll consider it. But actually, I am kind of running a side other thing on my plate that would take priority. I'm working on my MBA, so
Wait,
gotta
wow,
get
you and
that
Amanda
finished
are
first,
kind of
and then maybe.
Order filled.
Really?
Amanda is also
Okay.
working on her MBA just for fun.
I guess mine's kind of for fun too. I need to meet this girl. Like, can
You
somebody
need to
send
meet
me
this
her
person.
on like Insta or Twitter? I need to meet her. I don't know how
Order
I've missed her because
filled.
I feel like I tune in plenty. Um,
Well,
yeah.
we
Oh,
can
sorry. I
definitely
guess you have
book you
30
two at the
seconds.
same time.
Yeah.
3.5
We
minutes. We're going to 8 contracts.
Pump this. We can still get to 19,000.
19,000. That's not that far away, actually.
Dolby, I got power hour
I said
content whenever, by the way.
buy side.
Oh, fun.
Commit. Let's go.
Love good.
Long
Love
8.
some good power hour content.
Here we go.
Chat, are you excited that the trading week is over? Or do you wish there was more? Let us know. I feel like most people are probably pretty exhausted from these markets.
I'm exhausted from them too.
Oh, I'm kind of over them. So this is a fun change of pace for me. So thank you
Nice.
for the invite.
This is definitely letting me get my bad habits out. Just go on tilt.
Just, yeah.
Blow the practice account.
Yeah, just trash it.
Order filled.
I'm looking for a downside target at 778, and then I gotta decide. We'll see how the momentum goes.
Order filled.
We're gonna have to get a
Order
strategy
filled. Order
session here
filled.
with you, Mandy.
Order
Your
filled.
position, the reversal challenge. Clearly, it is working very well for you.
I'm out. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Jerome is done, and then there were 2.
I was out before it was.
Order filled. Order filled.
Then there were 2.
Order filled.
The Chicago Kid.
Order rejected.
Are you? Yeah, you're short right now, aren't you?
Yes. Yes.
Kid Chicago.
Are you?
Order rejected.
And in
green,
this corner,
right?
Kid Chicago, and in the other corner, Salty Sniper.
Yeah, there it is.
Let's go.
Yeah,
You
we
get
can't get
that
underneath.
like on a shirt or something.
Well done.
When do you
great
add?
job.
When are you guys adding?
Soon. In like a minute 10.
Yep.
We're doubling. We're going to
All
8.
right. Well, I'm out, so I'm putting my money on you, Mandy.
I'm putting my money on Mandy too, actually.
Go.
I voted
Me
Mandy
too.
to begin with. You guys get out of here.
We're hedging.
Order filled.
Dakota,
What was
let's
that?
reset and put
What was
15
this?
on.
I'm in 15. I already reset, and I'm way ahead of you. I'm just not going too well. I'm blown out.
Order
We're
filled.
all trading practice accounts.
Order
All
filled.
trading practice accounts. Ooh, that was not a good reverse by me. 8 contracts in 30 seconds.
Whoa.
Freak.
200 billion buy
Big fun.
side.
No, actually, we really haven't fluctuated since where we were. 1.5 S&P, 527 million buy-side Nasdaq. So,
Mandy, 8 contracts in now.
Thank you for that, baby.
We pump it.
Love these
19,000.
stats.
Oh my
all right,
gosh,
now we
there's a
move,
lot of
folks. Big move here now.
Oh.
2 million or 2 billion and 932 million buy-side Nasdaq. Here you go. How about this one? S&P 3 billion, 562 million buy-side S&Ps. Our Meg 7
wants reverse.
even hit 1 billion. 1,602 million.
I felt
You
it,
guys are-
Eddie. See?
8 long. 8
You
long.
did. You felt it.
I'm long 8, but it's like
Order
high range.
filled.
This entry kind of sucks.
All right, Mandy. You just copy what Dobie's doing, and you won.
No, that's cheating. That's what
No.
cowards do, Mandy. You're not a coward.
Hey.
It's
I
called
reversed.
defense.
I'm long. It just
Order
wasn't getting the
filled.
pullback like I wanted.
Went out.
I
Not out.
think.
Still there.
I don't know. We'll see. Probably reverse again at 50.
Order
Full
filled.
court
I
press,
have my money
Mandy.
on
Order
Dolby.
That's
filled.
against the rules,
Full
Dobie?
court press.
What? Which part?
To reverse your position?
Against? Well, we try to hide the.
Yeah, it's not in the rules. It's not in the rules.
No, we don't even show.
Get in
we don't show
15.
the P&L.
15 now. Come on.
Manny, do you want to do 15 contracts at 58?
Order filled.
No, he's trying to.
That's
Order
true.
filled.
There we go.
Follow the rules.
Actually, no. I want to take the W today. I need
Yeah,
a
follow the rules.
win
Don't
on
let
my
him.
belt.
Don't let him manipulate.
Order filled.
Anything.
Take him to the shed.
I'm not
Come
manipulating.
on.
We did 15 last week, so it's just.
Come on. Just trying to have some
Almost
fun.
there.
Trying to have some fun and win.
Coming up
See,
on 3
Dolby
minutes
wants
on
it.
the day, folks.
Oh, man. I'll be happy to finish green. Are we going to break out, though?
Order
I know,
filled.
that's what I'm
Just go
wondering.
run. Just go run some stops.
I'm not
and hit the
convinced
reverse
it's
button.
gonna break out.
Can it
I
happen?
think it's
Juicy
gonna
stops at
rotate
880.
down.
880. There's probably so many good stops.
Mhm.
Just like how long can we sit in? Oh man, Mandy, you were just chopping it up.
Sell
I
side.
went long. Back up to the 30s and then I'll rotate back down.
This is a reversal challenge. We've just been chopping, and you've been reversing.
Perfectly.
Yeah,
Just
Back
perfect
down.
reverse.
Mm-hmm.
Are you just like hitting like 1,000 P&L and then just reversing every time you hit a G?
Not quite. It's more like the price levels and my 100 tick and that Bollinger band plays a huge factor for
Everyone
me.
has a little strategy here. A little strategy going on.
Oh gosh, I don't know. Are you still long, Dolby?
Yeah. At a terrible price. But I'm too scared to reverse. I feel like it's going to bounce as soon as I hit the reverse button.
I
That
know.
makes it
I'm
an
thinking it
awful
might want to
location.
bounce just a little bit.
Awful location.
It's trying to decide what it wants to do, but it's not.
It feels like it wants to do
wanting
a
to do
flash.
anything.
A flash
We're
crash
risk
of something.
managers. We are risk managers. Get long and win.
I'm trying to get long and win. I'm running out of
No, not
space
you,
though.
though.
Dakota.
Order
Reverse.
filled.
I'm long
There you go.
again.
Space.
There you go.
I
That's
just
the
hit
win.
my-
Order
That's
filled.
the win.
Goodness.
You just locked up the win right
Order
there.
filled.
Yeah, I'm pretty much
Locked up
toast.
the win.
Order filled.
You're blown. You're
Order
blown. Your
filled.
account's
No,
gone.
not yet. Not yet. I got $500 in DL. I got $1,500 in profit.
Okay.
Almost
Order
1,600.
filled.
I'm barely alive.
Order
Mandy's
filled.
gone.
Okay, now I'm done.
Now it made its decision where it wanted
Order
to head.
filled.
I'm toast.
Order
Mandy,
rejected.
Well done,
congratulations.
Mandy.
There we go.
Oh, good job.
You are the winner
Got it.
Thank
of
you.
the reversal challenge.
Order
First time on
rejected.
air for the reversal
Order
challenge.
rejected.
You won.
Total.
Wow, 9,000.
Write
That
it
was
down,
incredible.
Mandy. Write this date
Yeah.
and time so they don't steal it from you.
Okay, let me write it down.
Stop it, Dakota.
Well,
Get out of
W.
here.
Take a screenshot.
Order
Screenshot.
filled.
Man,
Yeah, that's actually what I need. That's really what I need in my camera.
that's right. I'm screenshotting you, screenshotting
Yeah.
us. So save that one for the record book.
Way to go, Mandy.
Oh man, great
So,
work. And this messy. That's
everybody's asking about my combine. It's a blown combine. I didn't have time to set up a practice account, so
Order
dashboard.
filled.
So I wasn't trading on a combine legitimately.
Yep.
The plot twist would have been
Order
to
filled.
trade on your funded account.
Yeah, Dakota, what's your real P&L? Do you switch to your live account and trade a 15 lot?
no, I was locked out of my live account. My live account,
Okay.
I can tell you right here, 6,388.
Wow, nice job. Nice job, Dakota. Excellent trading for Dakota on a Friday. Mandy, you are the champion for the April 11th Reversal Challenge. Congratulations. That means you are automatically invited back next week for the reversal
Yeah.
challenge. So you can
Defend the
your
crown.
crown. We will also try to get you booked with Amanda, since you two might be
Yes,
long lost
let's
relatives,
do it.
considering how many things you have in common.
Yes.
Quite strange. Small world we
Sure.
live in here. And I think that's it, Jerome. Thank you for a double duty today. We had you on Fast Markets. Thank you for your wisdom this morning. And also, please watch Jerome for Neuro Wednesdays with D. And I think that's it. Eddie, you're the guy. So wrap it up.
I'm the guy. I'm the guy. All right, my friends. This is let's see here. Let's start with what we're going to be doing here coming up here next week. Well, you know what? I'm looking at the board here, and here it is. Is this it? 7 week or 7? No, that's not it. But anyway, I'd like to say thank you very much for being with us here today. Gosh, what a week. What a crazy week that we had. And glad that you stuck around. And even for the reverse challenge, have a little fun with us. And good stuff. A lot of good camaraderie this week. A lot of good conversation with our chat here. People in our Top Step chat. You are a class above all. I'm going to tell you that right now. And we're very proud. Very proud to say that we've got the best people here in our Top Step chat. So, taking a look here, what we've got going on here, as far as what markets are going to be bringing us next week, I have no effing idea, but I hope that you're here with us here. But anyway, do not run away, right? Because it's not over. It's not over until the fat guy sings, and I'm not going to sing. So we've got coming up here just a little bit. We got at the buzzer with Coach Jay and Coach Paul and that Coach Jay guy again, and even Coach Paul once more. So that's going to be coming up here at the buzzer here. Also, Hoop, I think Hoop's going to be doing fundamentals here. Back in the Discord channel, Coach Ray. No, I don't think Coach Ray does Fridays. Coach Vince, are you going to be doing it? Don't forget also coming up here, we do have market kickoff on Sunday. Market kickoff's going to happen. And I just lost everything here. Where did everything go? I don't know. My laptop just sort of farted out. Good morning. Okay, but anyway, that's going to be it here. Thank you very much for being with us here once again here. So now it is time to go get yourself a new drink, a new sandwich, kick back and have at the buzzer. But otherwise, get yourself ready for next week. Orders from headquarters. I want you to stay safe, stay healthy, have a fantastic rest of your day, and make sure that you tell somebody this weekend that you love them. All right, tell a few people.
Order
And,
filled.
See where you go. You're going to feel good about it. Till we meet again, I'm Eddie Horn, and this has been Top Step TV. Hasta la bye-bye, my friends. Take care. Have a great weekend.
I've never felt so good in my life. I'm on an absolute roll.
To get out of a trade, everything people do is to avoid pain. So you're in a winning trade and it's going your way, and you get out of the trade to avoid the pain of losing any of the unrealized profit. And that's going to take you out of that trade. If it keeps going, you may feel some of the pain of no longer being able to participate in that move. But everything you do is to avoid pain. Why do people get stuck adding to losing trades? Why can't people get out of